This is actually our very own Fardella Bell. Rhubarb and gin, honey. Oh no. Oh dear. Rhubarb and honey. I don't like that, I was nervous. This is our Fardella Bell homemade gin, rhubarb and honey, and if you're lucky you might get a bottle. Welcome to Fardella Bell. I'm Amy, I'm the director here in Padiham, and this is Megan.
And I'm a sales negotiator.
We're very proud to have a business within Burnley. We're both Burnley girls, born and bred, and we like to support local communities as well by being here in our hometown. So I left school at 16. I went straight into work because back then my family used to say you need to go and get a job and this is what you need to do. So I never went to university and I went to go and get a job with the local magistrates court, and I worked there for quite some time. When I left school, I wasn't a confident, chatty person like I am now. I could easily speak to a room of people, but not like I can do now. And I think the years of working in the law industry, especially at the court, we had to deal with everybody from every walk of life, from every background. You had to adapt, and you had to adapt quickly. In a courtroom, there's no margin to, it has to be correct. Of course, launching any business is massive. The real reason that we did it originally was to service the clients that we already had. And then obviously things went a little bit crazy in the pandemic, and everybody then was like, oh, who's these? We want to use you. So in terms of launching a business, that's scary as it is, but then into such an uncertain time and a pandemic, that's another added stress, but we did it. And actually the demand for our services and what we offer is quite evident now. In the first 6 months we opened our branch in Clitheroe. However, the demand was growing more and more in Burnley and Padiham and the surrounding areas over here, so it made sense then. We're Burnley girls, we want to support and keep it more local, so it made sense for us to relocate here. The demand for people to buy properties and sell them in Burnley has increased massively. There's a lot of people who have moved away, commuted to big busy cities, but then actually they find themselves coming back now. There's a lot of improvements to the town and the shops, so people, it's a desirable place to be now. Homes Under the Hammer rang one day, I remember very clearly, and you came in and said, I've got Homes Under the Hammer on the phone, they've seen us online, they would like, can we do some filming with them? And I was like to Megan, there's no way Homes Under the Hammer are ringing us. And then next thing you know, we've done 2 jobs for them. Particularly when I'm going in, if I see a bed that's not made, I'm making the bed. If there's cushions that are not quite right, I'm fluffing cushions, because this is an impression of someone's house. It's got to look its best, yeah. And if we feel that we need to do those little bits of touches, we'll do them. When we set up Fardella Bell, there wasn't any estate agency that was really hot on social media and the way that they did things and the way they advertised. And I just thought, this is something different. And actually, I'm going to be myself because I can't be anything other than. And that's how it rocketed past that, was because I started doing all the quirky videos and filming while I was walking around houses, and no one was really doing that. So that made us different at that point, and that the personality then I think just shone through. And then when Megan came to work for us and Rachel, we're all very much the same.
People connect with your character, don't they, and they find you relatable, things like that. So I think that's kind of why we are like popular on socials and things, and it? 'Cause people like to see that, don't they?
We just are who we are. We're very vibey people. We're not boring. We do a good job, and that's what we want to make sure that our clients are getting the best service. And we say how amazing it is to live here, because in Padiham especially, there's loads of things to do that bring people to the town, community events like Padiham on Parade, or the duck race and things like that. And the regeneration scheme, that's brought a lot of people in, and that was quite clear when we did the Homes Under the Hammer. They asked, they said the same thing, and actually people want to invest in a town like this that's growing, and that is what's bringing people. There's a lot of improvements to the town and the shops. And business support, there's far more now than there ever used to be. The UCLan, the college, the networking groups, the bondholders, there are people out there to give you the help and advice and the qualifications and the experience that you need. So Burnley is the place to be.